And we're live. Welcome, internets, to the Foolish Tech Show, where all of your techno dreams come true. Or maybe not. This is the third Monday morning, I think it is, on the new schedule. Third?
Yeah, something like
sounds
that.
about right.
Am I alive here? Yeah.
Sound alive.
It's been 3 full weeks since we've been at Spice World.
No.
Huh?
No, we started the new schedule when we got back from OLF.
Oh, it's the 4 full weeks since we've been to Spice.
Good morning, Mr. Undertaker, sirs.
Yeah, Undertaker's joining us in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube or G+, jump over to www.foolishtechshow.com or foolishit.com/live. You can join our IRC chat there, or if you want to use your client, there's some instructions on how to do it there.
Now you do what we tell you.
Yeah.
Right, Brantley?
Yes, we do.
Now you're under control.
F you, I won't do what you tell me.
I upset Brantley because I was playing Rage Against the Machine when I connected, and Brantley told me the story about how he still has a ticket to the last concert but didn't get to go.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh.
Because of his ex.
Who wanted to make it a surprise for my birthday instead of me insisting on knowing whether or not I was going to be able to go because she had gotten me a ticket for my birthday and being able to save up the money to be able to go from North Carolina down to Louisiana, New Orleans to be exact.
And that blows, but the consolation prize was he didn't know that they have been around since then as a band and have toured, and they have. So I'm going to give you some links.
Cool. I would definitely like to go if I could to one of them. I have another story about Rage Against the Machine. I was letting my uncle listen to their second album on the way to my grandparents' house, and he's a veteran, and I was playing Bullet in Your Head for him, and it got to the part where he was like bowing down to the flag, you got a bullet in your head, and he just repeats that for a while. And my uncle finally figured out what he was saying, and he promptly ejected the CD and threw it in the back of his truck. He was not very happy about it, and I was like, no, it's a metaphor about watching TV and being controlled by the media. It's not about literally bowing down to the flag and having a bullet in your head. It's a damn metaphor. He was like, I didn't go to war for this. And I was like, okay, well, we won't listen to that CD anymore.
No, probably not. Oh, wait, okay. Ooh. Here we go.
I thought you were going to post some links to get some tickets.
No, just shows, dude. Well, you're gonna have to, because they did a whole concert in 2010 in London, at least, if not more. And they did it because of the first video that I posted that is or I don't know if that was the complete one. I think the second link was the complete one, where basically like some YouTube was a Facebook fan of Rage that was sick of all the X Factor stuff, as we all are. I guess I didn't even know X Factor was a thing, but you know, that's why I've disassociated myself with television and pop culture. But the apparently this X Factor is the continuation of American Idol or something. I don't know, but it's whatever. Anyway, so they're just sick of how they dominate the charts for the last 10 years in a row. Apparently, the number one. I don't know. It's something crazy like that. But they're kind of sick of no talent ass clowns being produced by these shows.
Amen.
Spoon feeding all of this no talent shit that all of these people write in studios, and then they feed to no talent ass clowns that
Are you talking
go
about like
sing them on
those
stage, and
fine?
they make them pop stars, and then they shove them down people's throats for a few years, and then they do it again.
Are you talking about like the find next top talent or something like that?
Yeah, those shows. One's called X Factor, I think, is the big one. Or was, but it was the
What's the big one? America's Got Talent, or
American Idol was the
that's
first one that
the
I
one.
right. That's the one that
Yeah,
was the first one, but or at least that I noticed. But all that crap, and so the guy who started this big anti campaign against Simon Cowell and all of those shows is he chose Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of, as the song to beat all of their songs. So that year, because of the fan-driven following, Killing in the Name of, Rage Against the Machine actually topped the charts as number one.
Nice.
Instead of X Factor's latest whatever.
But those shows are ridiculous. I mean, even like it's so
That's this
terrible
morning's that is this morning's meditation. I'm sorry.
They're trying to make people they're trying to give unknown people a chance at stardom, and that's a good part of the show. But then they don't tell the thousands of people, or they probably do tell the thousands of people that audition for them that, hey, we're gonna have a bloopers reel and we're gonna make fun of you as an entire episode. So don't suck too bad. It's that's ridiculous.
And God only knows how many of them people are being idiots on purpose just so they can guarantee a spot on TV.
Yeah, and they don't even care. They know they're not going to make it to actually be a singer star, so they try their worst and just want to be on TV. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Well, I just hate that it all sucks. There's no reason for any of those people or any of that content to ever be played on the air.
Amen.
I think a lot of it is pretty dang ridiculous.
It is.
We
Well,
need
a
more
friend of mine actually went to the auditions, and the judges told him he would have made it if he hadn't worn a pumpkin suit to the audition.
But why would he have worn a pumpkin suit?
I guess he didn't think he was going to make it.
Terrible.
Dumbass. But yeah, so I thought it was appropriate that they chose a band and a song of meaning with talent and meaning and instead of this nonsense.
I'm really upset that Rage isn't going to come out with any more. But I mean, their later albums were they didn't have the same.
They lost a little bit, yeah.
They were going a little bit more radio than they wanted to, so it was probably for the best. But you know what I heard?
I'll support now.
You know what I heard? That Tool is making a new album.
Oh no.
When or where, but they are.
Why?
Because Tool is awesome.
I'm gonna leave my opinion silent.
You should. Because they are amazing. They actually have meaning to their songs and shit. It's one of the there's not many bands, like Nick was saying, there's not many bands that do try anymore. Muse was another good one, but their later albums I haven't enjoyed as much as their one that I went and saw in concert. Muse was awesome because we actually in Colorado we were going to see their opening band, Passion Pit, and I didn't know about the headliner band Muse, and we get to the concert and we're just going there to see Passion Pit, and we're walking around and I see all these people in like Tool shirts and Ozzy shirts and Ozfest shirts and Rage Against the Machine and like all these heavy metal bands and Deftones, and I'm like, I think I might enjoy Muse better than Passion Pit. I'm just getting that feeling from this crowd here. So, and it was true. They were an amazing. They're very, very theatrical band. So if you get to see them in concert, I would recommend it because they put a lot of theatrics into their shows. Interesting stuff. So what else do we got for this morning? This is like the second show that we've started off with musical discussions.
Dope.
What is blinking? Oh.
Yay, Jade's getting her oil changed.
Yay.
Zoso was awesome this weekend, Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you went. There's more music.
Yeah.
It was awesome, huh? Good.
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
Awesome.
Hope they come around again soon. I want to see them again.
Who'd you go with?
Ashley, she bought the tickets as a birthday present.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
When we were leaving, they gave us tickets to a band called Appetite for Destruction, which is a Guns N' Roses
No
cover
doubt.
band.
Yeah.
I've heard of them. They've been around for a very long time. I've never actually heard them, but they've been around for a while.
Undertaker music discussion is the norm for us. And we do have a varied music array here. You'll notice that Johnny has stayed quiet for most of these because she only listens to country.
I thought you said music discussions.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, music covers.
Sorry, Johnny.
Music covers caterwauling and whatever all that other stuff is called too.
Caterwauling?
Caterwauling.
I don't know what that is.
That's a country word, I think, for what they do. Isn't it, Johnny?
I've never heard of that word.
Never heard caterwauling?
I haven't either.
I've heard caterwauling before, but I don't think quite in this context.
Proctor, how many times do you log into the IRC chat?
Oh, I may have just left it open from every time last week. Let's see.
Yeah, you did. You've been in all weekend.
Mm-hmm. You have.
Now you left the one that was your right name.
Oh!
Start over. Try it all again. Now you're going to have to identify yourself again. Hey, puppy. You're not going out. So, it's starting to get freezing here again.
Same here.
Yeah.
We turned on the heat yesterday. It smelled like there was a fire in here.
Yeah, I just got my propane thing going, or natural
Yeah,
gas.
I couldn't get things right last night. I slept like crap because it was like, okay, it's way too hot. No, now it's way too cold. Now it's way too hot. Now it's way too cold.
Oh, I found something that y'all might want to check out. I don't know if the deal's still on or not. Let me double check that.
Deals are good. Can't afford anything at the moment, but deals are good.
It says it's limited time remaining, but you can probably take that one and find the same price out on the internet somewhere. but they have on Groupon right now a 4,000 watt portable generator that runs off both gas and propane. The propane actually will run a little bit longer than
And propane accessories.
Yeah, I don't trust that it's actually 4,000 watt, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Sportsman, so I'm kind of.
How is this $400, and why am I hearing about these systems costing 5,000 plus?
Well, the ones that would run your stuff is, but
Oh.
that's how much I paid for mine on Amazon when they were doing their Black Friday deal. But mine is a damn it. Oh, that probably sounded terrible. Mine's a Champion, so I've heard of that name brand before. So I actually trust that it is 1,200 watts that it says it is. And it looks like it's about the same size as that one, but so I would probably estimate that it's probably only a 12,000 watt, 1,200 watt one like mine is. But the fact that it runs off propane is awesome, because it's much easier to get 2 tanks of propane carry with you camping, or to store 2 tanks of propane, because that lasts longer than trying to store gasoline.
I will never understand your obsession with Groupon.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm not muted.
I just threw something in the chat just to help out a fellow tech kind of thing. Saw the other day I was meaning to post about. Dude's got a GoFundMe. Rent went up. The guy's been the Hackers Hideout guy. He's helped out on the forums and stuff before.
Cool. I don't know what its low load regulation is like, Undertaker. But I did just search for that thing on Google, and you can actually get it cheaper than what they have it on Groupon for at Walmart and other places. It's $3.49 at Walmart and Wayfair and Home Depot. And they have a 7,000 watt version that's $6.49. So yeah, so it keeps like doubling in price for every few thousand watts you want to do. And to run what you have there, Nick, I'm thinking you'd have to have like a few, like tens of thousands of watts.
I don't have the Al Gore compound, dude. I have.
No. If you wanted to run your,
I'm trying to run the refrigerator and.
Well, yeah, if you're just trying to run that, you'd be fine with those. But I was talking about like your Havacs.
Yeah.
To run both of those, you'd need tens of thousands.
The HVAC?
The Havacs.
If you're gonna say HVAC.
I've never heard anyone pronounce HVAC before.
I've never heard anyone say it.
I have. You haven't apparently been around a lot of Havac repair people.
One of my best friends is one.
Obviously, he's not a Havac repair person. He's an HVAC repair person.
That's right.
I've heard lots of people talk about it like that.
Shoot.
That sounds like a pretty sweet universal power, uninterrupted power source. What's UPS stand for? Uninterrupted.
Uninterruptible power supply.
Yeah. 4.7 thousand VA UPS. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet sounding.
I just remembered food for thought was that posted a link to a thing on why a dude likes DuckDuckGo over Google for web search. And that's food for thought.
Lots of people like DuckDuckGo.
Yeah. Apparently there's some neat little features this thing talks about I haven't read.
Hey, so we had been talking about trying to find a driver backup tool, and watching one of the Series 4 Hack 5 episodes, I came across this one, and it's open source driver backup exclamation point. And the key point about that I'm bringing up for this is that it allows you to back up drivers via command line, and will even craft the command line for you. Like, it has a tool to craft the command line to back up how you want it to back up. So,
That's pretty cool.
Something that could be used in D7 too. Actually, and I don't have any systems that I would be able to use it on, so Proctor, if you have a system that you're going to be formatting and reloading, if you wouldn't mind trying that program out first and seeing if you can back up the drivers and reload them easily.
Okay, I'll definitely do it. I'll also see if I can do it on an offline system.
Yeah, because it does have that feature. It'll.
Nice.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
No more searching for drivers after you reinstall.
Yeah.
Of course, I still like to install the newest ones anyway. For those that you can't ever seem to find, it would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, the key thing about any system that you're about to reload is at least making sure you get the Ethernet drivers.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why those aren't like a common always install thing. Ethernet and wireless drivers should be more prevalent than hard drive drivers, I feel. Windows does not feel the same.
Who cares if you can get your drivers after you install?
Yeah. That's like, I hate that the most, is reinstalling a system and then finding out I have to put a USB drive into another system, download the Ethernet drivers, put that USB drive into my reloaded system, and then download all my stuff.
Yeah.
It's terrible. So yeah, I thought that was a cool program. Maybe useful and handy for things. Pizza videos?
Yes. Apparently it's really easy to make pizza.
It is. I've not tried before.
But apparently it's really, really, really easy to make all kinds of crazy pizza.
Yeah, pretty much you just need dough and then ingredients. And like,
I know, and those are the two things that have always stopped me.
Like, but the ingredients part is like pretty much completely open. You don't like have to have any specific ingredients. You can
I
just
know,
throw
but
the
I'm not
bone
very
around.
creative, and I never have dough. Just laying around.
It's pizza. How creative do you need to be? Pepperoni, bacon, and cheese.
No. What you do is
with components that you actually have on hand.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Just go to the store and all you buy is pizza dough. Then come back home and then try to make a pizza out of whatever you have in your refrigerator.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't want a bologna and mustard pizza.
You don't know. That might actually be really good.
I could definitely put bacon on it, but I don't know what else.
You'll end up with like a bacon steak pizza.
Bacon, steak, and caviar. That's my fridge now. No, just bacon. Not that other stuff.
So what else we got today, this morning? Monday morning.
Well, the elephant in the room is probably something about D7X.
Okay. Did you get your 16 lines of code that Michael said you should be doing every day as a pro?
I've rewritten a good 12 of them. That got lost.
I can't believe that VB6 doesn't save when you run or try to compile it. They definitely fixed that.
You can make that happen, but the thing is that you don't always want that to happen. I don't always want that to happen. Sometimes I mean, there are times when like like the code that I did lose, I was glad I lost some of it because obviously it wasn't working right to begin with. From yesterday, so no, I don't even know. And the reason why I lost all the code is because I went through and something I did caused something really weird somewhere that I didn't think it should even be affected. And I had to track down what exactly was causing that was running that code. So I inserted debugging code into the whole project, and that I didn't want to save all that mess because that was just a one-time. Let me figure out what's wrong, and then undo these changes, and then you know what I'm saying. Never mind.
No, I do. I always want it to save though.
You think it would at least prompt you of if you wanted to save your changes or not?
Well, of course not.
I prefer
I mean,
to
it does if you close the software, but I mean,
Yeah.
But if it crashes,
yeah, it doesn't always do that when it crashes. Well, it didn't crash though. It just ran. It was just looping,
Right.
looping and looping and looping and looping and looping. I had to crash it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, that's still bad though.
Trying to fix a little issue. Right across. But it's good that I started over on that particular bit because I haven't been doing well. I haven't had my meds all weekend.
Why is all this stuff updating?
Mm. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Cricket, cricket, cricket.
That's what happens on Mondays. It's my day, isn't it?
It is. I'm waiting some stuff to go through to see if I can talk about that, but
What stuff?
I think it'll finish. Well, I'm compressing the data on compressing this drive to save disk space. I wanted to be able to say how much it would save, but I don't have an answer for that yet.
What drive are you compressing?
The SSD drive in this laptop back here. Because I have found that the compress drive space. It does save a good chunk, but I don't know exactly how much. And on all of the SSD drives that I've had, I've been compressing it and haven't ran into any issues with Windows having those files compressed. So it seems like it's a good thing for these small SSD drives, especially. I don't know if I would recommend it on HDDs. Undertaker asked if there's anything on the horizon for DSS, and yes, there's a lot on the horizon for DSS, but it'll be after D7X and Crypto Prevent go through. Then our first thing is going to be the management console. We'll get a whole refresh and update and rewrite, and then the client will get a update, refresh, and rewrite, and integration with Crypto Prevent. And then everything will get probably even more refresh, rewrite, and update once all of those go through. So
we're still discussing that, but the things that are definitely getting done is the management console is getting turned into something that you can actually use to manage customers with, at least with the number one problem being being able to categorize these customers, and then it's also not easy to deploy like a free installer and then have people upgrade to a paid one, and there are some ideas that we have to address that. So you could deploy like a truly generic installer that people could then on their own upgrade to. So we've got some ideas for that that are going to pop in. At least the management console redesign will be taking that into account, as well as the whether that won't be like a first out thing, but we'll be taking that into account so that everyone can truly have a unique client ID, but then they'll reference templates that are uploaded rather than their own configs. So your template system is going to make more sense. They'll actually be online templates, not local templates. That may need some further explanation. I might have to draw a chart.
But you have a lot in the note for it.
But and that is also in prep, because then the console is part of that redesign. Is it's going to work with the support suite and Crypto Prevent bulk resale edition, and then for deploying those and updating configs, and then our next thing would be to integrate the Crypto Prevent client end with the support suite client software. Yeah. And really the point is and to be perfectly honest, Crypto Prevent's driving the redesign, because it's absolutely necessary for those bulk resale people to have a management console, which we already have in the support suite and we have been meaning to fix. Now we just have to do it for more than one reason, for two reasons now. So
yeah. But we got to get the other stuff done first.
Yeah. And then it all makes sense. Like if you kind of see, well, we need this for that, and then we've been meaning to do the Crypto Prevent integration into the DSupport Suite client, and that would then, of course, require the management end of it in the console too. You can kind of see where the convergence of those two software packages are coming together a bit, and they will continue to do so. They will. I think I'm kind of seeing them. But I mean, I don't really see a whole lot of difference in the two. I see them as kind of being the same software package, with like a professional versus professional resale versus a home. People just buy it like they do already. Crypto Prevent.
Yeah. It does sound nice, Undertaker, and it'll look even nicer once we get to it.
Brantley wants to rewrite that stuff in .NET, and that's a bit down the line, I think. But
yeah, no, I think we're gonna have to stick with what you have right now. Because it is a large undertaking to rewrite into .NET. Going off
It's
what
a
you
large
have
undertakering.
undertakering.
We have, the other cool things about it is that I guess you could say it'll get the custom app system from D7X will probably be the first thing beyond crypto prevent that goes into the client end of it, because that's what D7X is going to be. And D7X is going to be the it's finally getting command line scripting capabilities, and it will be used partially for some of that same binary probably will be used for execution of the custom app configuration and execution of the custom apps in D Support Suite. That's the plan.
So the custom app thing, which definitely needs an overhaul, will be much better off.
And has needed an overhaul forever and never got one. It's just running on the original D7 custom app system with like one improvement with the error level checking. Which I'll have to introduce into D7X too. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun stuff. But the custom apps thing for D7X is coming last. So that'll be probably the last thing to be in D Support Suite actually after Crypto Prevent.
Did you, off topic, set your recording for The Walking Dead?
No.
Oh, man.
It's 2 weeks that I've missed.
Yep. 2 adventure-packed weeks. Like, they've just done so much in these first 2 episodes. It's going to be crazy how the rest of the season goes.
I've missed it too. Which I don't have cable, so it's no wonder.
Well, I've got it. I just don't watch it.
Well, I just caught up on Netflix with, I guess, the season before this one.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes have just been like, wow.
No, the show I'm upset that we've missed is the Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Oh, man!
Has that started already?
I don't know. I have no clue. But I don't
It's on
have
Stars, and whoever has Stars, I mean...
I don't think it has. I would have seen it come up.
That'll be an awesome
I know it's been a while since we see the first preview.
Everything you need to know, including the premiere date.
No breakfast is eating at me, so they say.
October 31st.
Hey, imagine that.
Very good date for it to begin.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll have to get Stars by then.
I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll get to read the first Welcome to Night Vale book.
A book?
What's that?
You?
Huh? Yeah, I know, right? Welcome to Night Vale is the only podcast that I listen to.
Ooh.
It's about a desert town where weird things happen. It's just good to listen to. They got some crazy stuff in there.
Erie, Indiana.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like,
Hey, it's on.
they have like one of my favorite phrases that and it wasn't even in the show. It's just something because their Twitter and Facebook stuff put out random things all the time. But one of my favorite phrases was, "There's someone out there for everyone. Don't worry, they can't hide forever. We have satellites."
Guys, I have to go. Destiny has an appointment at 9.
Is that for the
Grooming.
grooming?
Yeah.
She's gonna get raspberry face or something?
Blueberry facial.
Blueberry
What
facial.
are you doing to that dog?
Fourth egg.
That sounds like the most undog thing ever.
Well, they were like, okay, she can get her nails trimmed for $10, or she can get her nails trimmed, a bath, conditioned, de-shed treatment, a brush, her hair blow dried, and a blueberry facial for $35.
Okay.
A lot of
So
stuff.
Blueberry facial. That sounds
I'm
like
glad
am-
Michael isn't here for this part.
no,
I know
thank
it sounds like a
God.
bad
Michael's
porn
not
thing for
here.
dogs.
Johnny's gonna walk in and there's a big blueberry just standing there like, I'm ready for my close-up.
No!
Aren't you a cute puppy?
Don't scare me away from this place.
Hey, just a few more days until
Yeah.
Marty McFly gets here from 1988.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
Like 2 more days?
I think so.
Wait, for real this time, or is it just another one of those they update the date every year and say, hey,
Yeah.
No, I think we're close to the actual date
the actual date?
from Back to the Future 3.
I'm going to have to go back and watch the movie because I don't know. You can't trust anything you see on the internet.
Alright, well, see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye, Johnny.
Especially where blueberry facials are involved.
Yeah.
Take a smoke for the dog. You'll need one after.
She quit listening.
I would have to.
Oh. Well, I got my Raspberry Pis all set up. They got cases and cool things.
Doing what?
Well, one of them I loaded up with Kali Linux, and I just found out about this fruity Wi-Fi, which I can basically set up the Raspberry Pi to be a Wi-Fi pineapple. So that's an interesting thing to look more into. And then I have the other one set up as just a Linux server that I can use to play around with, and all these Hack 5 tools to play around with. Like one thing I have it set up for right now is actually for my debug testing of crypto prevents updates.
Hmm.
Basically, I have a web server on there hosting the download files and have it set up so it'll just download straight from there for my debugging. And then I'm gonna
Why don't you just use the real server and then...
SSH stuff. I could do that, but I want to use the actual file names since I made it so easy to change the domain names and not the file names.
You should have made it easy to change the file names too.
Yeah, I should have, but those aren't as bad. It's just easier for the debugging to make changes to the domain names. But it works well for that, so it's cool.
I
Yeah.
actually having just rewritten update code for the Kill 'Em All, had just put in constants for the file names that I can easily change. So
Nice. I may go back and add those then.
which is something I hadn't done before, but I did it this time.
Destiny is super excited about going outside.
In fact, actually, what I did for, let me tell you what I did for that. The only constant that's in there is the file name for the update. We need to talk about how you're doing updates. The update information I'm still doing in a file, but I'm just doing a file. And so get this. it downloads the file as a string, and then just reads it directly, and then the name of the actual update zip with the updated binaries is in the update file along with the version number and everything else. So not only is there a not only do I have a constant for the file name of the update file in the thing that I can change easily, but that's the only thing that I have to change in code because the rest of the stuff is in the update file as far as what the names will be.
Yeah. Well, no, that does make more sense on how to do updates generally. Like, usually you only want to download an update file and then download the actual updates. But that's not how I did it, since that's not how you originally did it. So I'll have to change that to do that next time.
You can't look at what I originally did.
Build a cluster. I don't need a cluster of raspberries, though. I've seen a lot about the cluster stuff, but there's really not anything that I need to be clustered. Plus, that would mean that I have to have all four of them running the same thing, and I have them running two different things. So I was really impressed that they have a image for Kali. Kali Linux has got its own Raspberry Pi image. So, not like I'll be doing a lot of hard hash crunching on that, but it's interesting to play around with and fun to toy with. I did see the Drupal cluster thing or whatever, but yeah, that may come later. I think like the largest cluster of raspberries they have right now is like 120 some, or possibly a little bit more than that now. I don't have that many outlets though. Need a power outlet for each one of those, and a network connection for each one of those. Dang sure don't have enough network connections. I actually had to unplug my TV from being wired to plug up one of the Ethernet, the LAN turtle that I have plugged in. So.
Oh, excuse me. I put in my in the vid chat. I put in the it looks really bad scrunched up in the vid chat, but that's my
Update
format.
file.
Yeah. So I'm using the release version, and then the name of the file that it'll be. I'm even thinking about the names of other things inside the file, but I want to do, as you can see there, well, you can see there, I'm bringing back up. Never mind. And then look at the banner, the refresh pattern. I'm a little obscure about what that actually is. And I actually forgot that what that actually is going to be encrypted anyway on top of that. But it'll just be actually, I don't know. I don't need to encrypt that. But that'll just be, because it doesn't matter if people know what that is. It's just a hash. But, oh shit. That'll be, instead of like a date or like a, or whatever, that'll be like here's the current thing that you have. So when my app downloads that, it'll be able to say, okay, it doesn't worry about the date or this or that and the other. It just hashes the banner and says, oh, this is not what I'm supposed to have. Let me just get that again. So that's how I decided to do that. But I figured it would probably be best not to do the hashing for the other stuff, just for that probably. But I don't know. Still think about it.
Well, you probably do want to have it hashed for after it downloads it to make sure it doesn't have any corruption during the download.
That's a good idea too. That's a good idea too. I was just weighing in, but it probably doesn't matter. I haven't done any speed tests. I was just weighing in how long it takes to download that string, but
Well,
it's probably not going to take for an extra few bits. It's probably not going to take an extra few milliseconds, so I guess it's not a big deal.
you may need to move up to 256 hashing.
Why is that?
SHA. 'Cause MD5 isn't as unique as it needs to be.
No, I think it is. Yeah. Relatively. I mean, you can spoof an MD5, but it's not something that people are just going to do or attempt to do for so little gain as to change a graphic in a program.
Maybe. But you don't know, like I was saying, for the download bits, like being able to tell if the download was corrupted might be worth it. Because it's a lot more fingerprinted than MD5 fingerprint.
No, I don't think you're going to have an MD5 that's just wrong.
I don't know.
I don't think that's possible.
Well, I mean, why did they go to, or why did they have a 256 hash?
I don't know, because you can.
I mean, that's whenever I download like ISOs and things like that, they all use 256 hashing.
Because you can. There's a 512 too, but who uses that? I mean, it's just.
We should for the banner, definitely. We should do 512 for the banner.
There's a 384 too.
No, 512. 1024. 1024.
I don't know if there's one of those.
No, make one.
Oh. No.
Make it. Make it so. We need to be absolutely sure that's the right graphic. Down to the pixel.
Driver backup. That looks fun. What else did I learn today? No, the command line driver backup thing, that needs to go in there quick. If that can do that.
I want to test it first because it's an older app. Like season 4 of Hack 5 was from 2008. So.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So.
Last update is mid last year.
Yeah. So they have been updating it since then, but that doesn't account for Windows 10. Although I checked it out on Windows 10 and it appeared to find drivers and appeared like it would back them up. I just didn't try it. So, that's why I was hoping Proctor could take a stab at it since he has more reasons to format systems.
Yeah.
Oh, it finished. Let's find out. Alright, so compressing. Boo. Oh, damn it. I lost it.
You messed up.
I didn't. I put it in a temporary.
I've got it. Nope, I was wrong.
So yeah, I had it written down of how much space was free and used, but now I don't have it written down because my hex chat thing crashed.
No.
Undertaker wants to know if D7X can send reports to a server via VPN, or is that a fox in the hen house? Well, I mean, if you set up your VPN on that system, it would send it via VPN to your server. But I highly doubt that there's going to be an easy way to implement a VPN client into D7X and then have it connect just to send reports over. But if I'm not mistaken, Nick is looking at doing web dev, right, for D7X?
Yeah.
Which you could set up SSL and do it that way.
Well, yeah, it'll do what I want to do for your homebrew servers and for D Support Suite also is implement the WebDAV, and to an extent even probably for the D Support Suite maybe even user management I've looked at with IIS through that. So through a Windows server, you could use HTTPS for your connections, and WebDAV and even IIS for user management. But that last bit is. But yeah, that's what for that. But
I mean, Undertaker, like I was saying, if you have your server set up with VPN serving abilities, then you can easily just set up the VPN connection on the client system, transmit the reports, and then disconnect and remove that VPN connection. That would technically have it going VPN over to your server, but the only thing I could think that you could easily do that with would be something like OpenVPN, having a client set up or a server set up on your server, and then having a app that you install, and then you could store the OpenVPN file in your configuration so that you could easily copy that over to the OpenVPN client folder. But I mean, really, for VPN stuff, you're going to end up having to install something.
beyond D7.
Yeah, because you have to have that VPN connection ability. So, I mean, the other thing you could look at would be the SSH tunneling, and you could get some batch scripting to get that set up, I think, and then have everything tunneled over SSH to your server, and even use your server's internet for the whole process. But I wouldn't recommend that either, because I mean, if you're working on a system, it wouldn't be until you made sure that system was clean that you would want to put that VPN or tunnel connection on there. So yeah, there's just not a lot of good ways to do that. Good thought though. Good thought. Other random thoughts, we welcome them on Mondays. Otherwise, we are at our hour time limit, so we'll have to get some other work done here shortly.
All the Chillcat stuff that we use has SSH tunneling.
So we could implement that easily.
I wouldn't say easily. I mean, just the amount of configuration that we would have to program for it.
Sure is there.
Yeah.
Because that would also mean they'd have to have an SSH server set up.
Mm-hmm.
Although that Bitvise server setup would work well, and it would just be $100 for the commercial use, but they would have to purchase the Bitvise server for $100. Unless they set up their own Linux server and SSH server.
Yay! All right. Good night. Good night in Australia.
Good night, Undertaker. Have a great sleep day.
Good night, Australia.
Mm.
Hope you sleep better than I did last night and yesterday. All day.
Alright, well, are we ready to wrap up this random show?
Let's wrap up this random show.
Alright, tomorrow I think
Randomly.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Michael is going over small form factor PCs, possibly. That's what we had suggested last week, so maybe he'll take that one on. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow, 10 a.m., Tuesdays, Eastern Standard Time. Check us out on foolishtechshow.com or foolishit.com/live. Join in the live chats there. And we will see you tomorrow's. Goodbye, internets.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.